Hello and welcome to Seacrest Field. My name is Austin Rink and I will be your host for this Championship Sunday. Today we are going to start off with the A-Team. A-Team Championship is going to be between Manzitto and Union Bank. We have our captains currently walking to the middle of the field for the coin toss. It is a cold day here in Lincoln, only 28 degrees, partly cloudy, with a slight wind coming out of the north, about a 12-mile-an-hour wind. So we will see how that affects both teams tonight. Both have strong passing games, so this should be a fun game for the both of them. Both teams are actively trying to stay warm in this cold weather. We'll see how this affects their game today. Everyone's got their long sleeves on, high socks. Looks like Manzitto has won the toss. All right, Manzitto has elected to receive the ball. Union Bank will kick from the north side of the field, using the wind to their advantage on the opening kickoff. So they will have the wind in the second and fourth quarters. Manzitto will have to go against the wind in their opening drive. Looks like our kicker for Union Bank will be Cameron Rakowski, number 7. Back deep for Manzitto, we will have number 22, Jake Gertz. And it appears to be number 13, Braden Erickson, back deep for the Manzitto. Manzitto looks to expect a big kick here from Rakowski, with their deep men back at the 7-yard line, with 6 up front, 3 in the second row on the 30. Let's play some championship football. The kick is away. Lands at the 7-yard line. That is Gertz, makes his way to about the 25-yard line. So a decent return to set up Manzitto in their first drive. There's a group of Union Bank players there for the tackle. Manzitto starts their first drive from the 25-yard line. 2-back set. Motion across to the wide side of the field. And it is going to be a dive. Dive for a decent pickup. That was number 22, Jake Gertz, with a good pickup of about 5 yards. Manzitto makes their way to the line again. They're going to go 2 tight ends, single receiver to the left side, motion across. Takes a snap. Number 13, Braden Erickson makes his way for the Manzitto first down at the 36-yard line. Manzitto utilizing their run game here early in this cold weather. Going right up the middle. Two tight ends, single receiver away. Motion across. And another dive. Makes his way to the outside. That is Garrett's again. Garrett's already making an impact on the field today. That is now 2 first downs on this drive. Union Bank needs to be able to have efficient tackling this game to be able to stop those 2 dynamic running backs. Motion across. And it is another run up the middle for a gain of 9. Manzitto showing how dominant their run game can be. Just going right up the middle. Paul Hart subs out and back in, receiving the play from the Manzitto coaches. Coming up to the line. We got 2 tight ends to our left and a receiver and tight end on our right. 2 split backs, motion across. And a little almost Statue of Liberty looking play, and it breaks free. That is number 13, Braden Erickson, and he will score. So a big first drive for Manzitto. All run plays right up the middle, except for 1 off-tackle run. Manzitto is making a statement early, saying that they are going to come and play some power football. That is welcome here in Nebraska. It appears that they are going for 2. 2 tight ends, wide receiver split out left, motioning across. They'll hand the ball off to Erickson, going up the middle, and he is stuffed at the line, so a big stop for the Union Bank defense. So your scores currently Manzitto 6, Union Bank nothing. How is Union Bank going to respond? That is the question here. Manzitto set to kick off. Their kicker for today is Bo Epp, number 50. Kicking off into the wind. We'll see how that affects kicking today. Goes back about 7 back and 5 to the side. Set for a kick. Union Bank anticipating a short kick, and it is a short kick to the middle. It's up that was number 4, Alex Dawes, ran up the middle to about the 34-33 yard line. So a good pickup for Union Bank, starting in good territory. Union Bank will start on their right hash. A similar formation to Manzitto, except in an I formation. They have 2 tight ends, wide receiver going across the field. Up the middle, bouncing outside. And a big run for Union Bank to start off. That is going to be a touchdown for number 7, Cameron Rakowski. A great start for the Union Bank. It appeared that that was going to be a run up the middle. Murakowski bounced it outside and saw some green for the big 66-yard touchdown. And Murakowski will stay out to kick the extra points. Holder is going to be number 2, Thatcher Shelton. The kick is up. And it is good. It appeared to be tipped off the line, but had just enough leg to get it through. So Union Bank strikes early to take the lead. Union Bank 7, Manzitto 6. That is exactly how you want to respond if you are Union Bank. This keeps up, we're going to have an offensive battle this morning. Expect a high-scoring game. Murakowski set to kick off again from the 40-yard line. Back deep for Manzitto are number 22, Jake Gertz, and number 13, Braden Erickson. A little bit of wind today, so we can expect the ball to fall off the tee. So far, a good game, an offensive shootout. Murakowski set to kick, kicks off, a good kick. Goes to the 10-yard line. That is Gertz on the return. And he's got some open field here. And Murakowski makes the tackle at the 50-yard line. It's a great return from Jake Gertz to set Manzitto up in great field position. We'll see if Manzitto comes back out in their double tight end formation with split backs and receiver. Both teams utilizing motion out of a 2 tight end set. Manzitto making some late substitutions. And they will go back to 2 tight ends and a single receiver off the line. Motioning across. This is Paul Hart. And they hand it off inside to Braden Erickson. Bounces it out. Breaks a couple tackles and gets a good gain for about 4 yards to the Union Bank 46-yard line. It's great to see some powerhouse football here at the youth level. 2 tight ends, single receiver to their sideline, short side, motioning across. And a dive up the middle. And a great tackle with the ball coming loose. And it appears to be Union Bank ball. Some great work by the Union Bank defense. That appeared to be number 1, Grady Vernon with the strip. There we go. Union Bank with a big defensive play to stop the Manzitto drive that started at their 50-yard line. We'll see if Union Bank can capitalize on this now. They're at the 44-yard line. Their 44-yard line, left hash. Bringing in the Union Bank football. Just a bit outside. Switching out the ball. Appears Union Bank is also going 2 tights. Wide receiver to the wide side. I formation behind. Motion across. Dive up the middle, give to Rakowski. And a nice little pickup for Rakowski of 4 yards to the 48-yard line. Number 4, Alex Dawes bringing in the play for Union Bank. Single tight end. One receiver motioning across the field. I formation. And a give to the fullback. Goes up the middle for a good gain again. To the Manzitto 47-yard line. Some great blocking by both offensive lines being shown here, especially by Union Bank. Tight end to the left side. We have pro left, I formation up back, and a quarterback sneak. That is going to be good for the first down and some more. That was number 2, Thatcher Shelton, quarterback. Going right up the middle. Making it to the Manzitto 44-yard line. So more ground and pound football. That is to be expected here with some higher winds and cold weather. Receivers' hands can become cold and a little more rigid. So the passing game we may not see today very much. 2 wide receivers in a pro left formation. I in the back motioning across. And a pass to number 14. Kevin Richardson is incomplete. But we do have a flag in the backfield. It appeared that Thatcher Shelton was hit late after he threw the ball. Yes, personal foul against Manzitto. So that will give Union Bank some additional yards. So that'll be a first down for Union Bank. A big mistake by that Manzitto defense. That brings Union Bank down to the Manzitto 29-yard line. Pro right, so tight end receiver to the right side, single receiver left. I formation behind, and they will give it to the running back, number 7, Cameron Rakowski, and he is stuffed by that orange D line. On that tackle, or number 64, Wyatt Dyer. Number 76, Henry Ring. Number 53, who is not on my roster. That Manzitto defensive line getting in early. Pro right, tight end on the right. Wide receivers split out each side. Under center, motion across. And a pass. A pass to number 4, Alex Dawes. Does not pick up much. Gets us back to the original line of scrimmage. So it is going to be 3rd down and about 11 from the 29-yard line. Union Bank not within field goal range, it appears. So they will need to gain some yards, either a first down or bring us closer into field goal range. Both teams are going to take it to quarter. So your first quarter score is Union Bank 7, Manzitto 6. Both offenses making big strides early. The costly fumble by Manzitto on that second drive, leading to this Union Bank drive. They'll teams will switch sides. Union Bank will now have to go against the wind. So we will see if they return back into their run game or if they will go into more of their ground and pound offense that we've seen here this game so far. Cornhuskers had a big game last night, defeating the Purdue Boilermakers 31-14. Tristan Alvano, Omaha native, hit a career-long 55-yard field goal. Matt Rule, after being questioned about some of the kicking troubles this season, said he has great faith in Tristan Alvano and says he has some Sunday talent. Well, that Sunday talent was shown on yesterday. 55 yards. That is one long field goal for a true freshman kicker. Union Bank is going to take over at the 29-yard line. Two receivers split out, tight end on the right, I formation behind, under center. Long cadence. And a reverse with the tight end. Running up the sideline for a decent pickup. Bringing us to the Manzitto 22-yard line. So it'll be 4th down and about 3 from the left hash. Union Bank is going to go for it, it appears. Bringing the play in. Single receivers each side, tight end on the right, I formation. And another reverse. And we get a flag. It's going to be an illegal procedure call on Union Bank. So that will push Union Bank further back. Not something you want to see from your offense. 4th and manageable now becomes 4th and long. It'll be 4th down and 9 from the 28-yard line. Costly mistake by the Union Bank football team. It appeared that it was going to be a fake reverse boot. So we get pro right, receivers split out each side, I formation in the backfield. Fake reverse, quarterback booting out. And a pass to number 7, Cameron Rowkowski, but the ball comes loose. But it does not matter because Manzitto will take over on downs regardless if they received that ball. So Union Bank is not able to capitalize on the turnover. Manzitto will take over at the 24-yard line. They're going back to their 2 tight end, single receiver formation. Split backs in the backfield. Shotgun. Motion across. And a give up the middle. That was number 13, Braden Erickson, with a nice pickup of 10 yards. Good enough for a Manzitto 1st down. Manzitto making a statement here early that they are going to run up the middle every play. That can be brutal for some defenses. 2 tight ends, single receiver to the left side, motioning across. And a run off tackle, number 13 again. Braden Erickson is stuffed by a group of Union Bank defensemen. On the tackle was number 4, Alex Dawes, and number 1, Grady Vernon. Great play by the Union Bank defense. So that is a loss of about 1. Second down in a long 10, short 11. 2 tight ends, single receiver to the wide side, split backs in the shotgun. Motion across to the short side. And we get a pass. A little tight end pop pass. It's just overthrown. Bowie was looking for his tight end, number 84, Carson Delcamp, who was wide open. He snuck behind that Union Bank defense, all expecting more inside run. Great play call by the Manzitto coaching staff. But we will have third down and 11 for Manzitto. Lining up again. This time with Twins on the left. So we have a spread left formation going. Motioning into a sidecar with a pass. And a pass is deflected. It was intended for number 88, Jake Markowski. That is called incomplete. So Union Bank here forcing the punt. Going for the punt. And a nice turnover kick that is muffed but then recovered by Alex Dawes. And a decent return to the 49-yard line, but we do have a flag on the field. Most likely a block in the back or blindside block from what it appears. So this will push Union Bank back quite a bit. So that was a block in the back by Union Bank. That'll push them back to the 35-yard line. Still decent field position for Union Bank. They come out in a 2-wide set. Now transitioning into Twins on the right. We'll have a timeout from Union Bank. Coach didn't like what he saw there. During this timeout, we'd like to thank all of you for supporting Lincoln Youth Football and youth athletics in Lincoln. Youth athletics are a vital part of the development of students, both academically, physically, and emotionally, developing skills of leadership and teamwork. Thank you for supporting Lincoln Youth Football and athletics in Lincoln. Union Bank is now approaching the ball. 2 backs in the backfield, Twins to the left, open on the right. Single receiver on the right. One back behind, one back to the left. Two pullers. Gonna run up the middle. It looks like we're gonna get a face mask here as well. The hand of one of those defensive linemen going across the face of number 7, Cameron Rakowski, who's having himself a good first half. Officials discussing it on the field. So that'll be 5 additional yards. That'll move the chains for Union Bank. So it'll be first down and 10 from the 44-yard line. Refs discussing. This should just be first down and about 1 from the previous spot. Yes, it'll be first down and 1. Excuse me, second down and 1. Twins to the short side, open on the left. And we get a little motion from number 4. Alex Dawes roll out to the right. Dr. Shelton needs to get rid of it, and he is sacked. Big sack from number 70. Appears to be 70. Yes, just number 70. It's not on the roster. Big play by Manzitto there to force a second down and second down and 5. Big play. Twins on the wide side. Single receiver on the short side. 2 pulls. Rakowski up the middle for a gain of about 3. Gain of about 3. So we're going to have third down and 2 for Union Bank. Big down right here. You do not want to punt this ball away to Manzitto. Two receivers on each side. Running back to the right. Manzitto making some adjustments to the passing formation. And good job to that Union Bank offensive line for holding their water. The hard count forcing Manzitto offsides. Great job there. That is good discipline by the Union Bank offensive line. It can be so tempting to jump when you see someone from the opposing team moving. So that is great discipline there by Union Bank. And that forces a first down for Union Bank, so they'll move the chains. Two wide receivers each side. Ball snap and run up the middle with Rakowski. Bounces it outside and makes it to about the 46-yard line. Now crossing over into Union Bank into Manzitto territory. So we will have second down and about 4 for Union Bank. Going back to their dubs formation. Running back on the left side towards the wide side of the field. Passing. Scrambling. Shelton is scrambling and goes upfield for what appears to be the spot's going to give him the first down. Yes, they're going to move the chains. They're going to give the first down. Great run by Thatcher Shelton. So we're going to have first down and 10 from the Manzitto 42-yard line. Continuing the run game, the running theme for this first half. We have 2 receivers to the short side, 1 to the wide side, motioning across. And Cameron Rakowski is tackled in the backfield. by number 53. Number 53 of Manzitto. Two wide receivers each side. Running back to the left, to the wide side. Manzitto with one high safety. Back to pass. There's a little slip screen. Number 7. Cameron Rakowski. And he busts through that Manzitto defense for a Union Bank touchdown. Just a little swing route from Cameron Rakowski from Thatcher Shelton for the Union Bank touchdown. Cameron Rakowski having himself a big game here earlier with now 2 touchdowns on the day. And possibly 2 extra points. Getting set to kick is Cameron Rakowski, who misses wide left after it being tipped. So that PAT is no good. But Union Bank will take a 7-point lead. Your score with 2 minutes and 51 seconds. Union Bank 13, Manzitto 6. Union Bank with some key plays earlier, some key big plays, 2 35-yard plus runs from Cameron Rakowski. Ball falling over. Winds have picked up at Seacrest. Now about... Well, the weather app is still showing about 12 miles per hour, but the flags on the field goal post would say different. Rakowski taking his steps again. 8 yards back and about 3 to the side. Approaching the ball. In a line drive kick. To number 22. That is Getz again breaking some tackles until he is finally stopped at about the 46-yard line. So again, great field positioning for Manzitto to start their drive. Last possession resulted in a fumble. So let's see if they can correct those offensive mistakes. One wide receiver split out each side, tight end to the left or to the right. 2 running backs split back, and a handoff to number 13, Braden Erickson. Good for about 3. Tough running from these Manzitto running backs. Both Erickson and Gertz taking the majority of offensive snaps for Manzitto. 1 wide receiver each side. Tight end to the left. Split backs. Ball snapped. And it looks like we were going to have a speed option from Manzitto. That will be good for a gain of about 3 again. So good play by Jackson Bowie pitching to his running back, number 22, Jake Gertz. Heads up football. Love to see young football players running the speed option. 2 wide receivers to the wide side, 1 to the short with the tight end. Motioning across. Now to the backfield. And it's a dive up the middle with Gertz again. Pushing his way forward. He's right on that marker. Let's see where they spot. from the looks of it, he's going to be just past that yard marker. So it is a first down for Manzitto. Good, tough running. These players are showing some true grit. Bearing this cold weather. You know, in the cold, these hits can sometimes feel a little harder than what they are. So being able to run up the middle, show some true drive from these players. Passing. Everyone running some verts. And almost a diving catch by number 9, Grant Hutzel. But we do have a flag on the play, and I believe it's going to be a defensive pass interference. Great attempt by Grant Hutzel. And a great ball from Jackson Bowie. Putting it right where his receiver needed it. Just came up just short. Let's see what our official has to say. Defensive holding. So we will have a first down for Manzitto. Now getting deep into Union Bank territory. We'll start at the Union Bank 34-yard line. 2 wide receivers to the wide side. We'll have a timeout from Union Bank. 54 seconds left in this half. Union Bank still up 13-6. This championship game is a great opportunity for these young football players, many of whom will be going off to high school next year, to be able to play on a high school football field. They've worked so hard since about July and August prepping for this very moment to be able to play at Seacrest Field on a Sunday morning. Union Bank and Manzitto both now coming to the ball. Union Bank needs to get a stop here if they want to preserve their lead going into halftime. 2 wide receivers to the short side, a tight end and a wide receiver to the wide single back. Motioning into a sidecar and a handoff up the middle. Bouncing outside, breaking a tackle, breaking another tackle. A great run by number 22, Jake Garrett's again. It appears we're going to have another timeout. A timeout with Manzitto trying to preserve a little bit of clock so they can continue their drive. Looking to get a score here before the end of the half. Well, it has been an offensive game so far with some slow-going drives running up the middle. A few big plays by Union Bank that brings them up early. Big game so far for Union Bank. Running back Cameron Rakowski. And for the Manzitto running backs, Jake Garrett and Braden Erickson. All 3 of them showing off their running abilities and their capabilities of getting yards after contact. Union Bank ready to defend. Manzitto coming up to the line. 2 receivers to the wide side. Tight end and receiver to the short side. Receiver to the short side motioning on a cross. Now into a trips formation, and he's going to run a wheel route. They're going to send a slant up the middle. That was number 86, Paul Hart, with a great catch in the middle of traffic and calling a timeout. You know, that is a great catch by the young star, Paul Hart. A great ball by the quarterback, Jackson Bowie. Running a slant in between those middle linebackers can be something scary for any receiver, especially knowing you are going to get hit. So a great concentration by Paul Hart, number 86 of Manzitto, for focusing on the ball, maintaining the catch with a big play for Manzitto, setting up first down and 10 from the 22-yard line. We still have 37 seconds left here in the half. So we'll see if Manzitto is able to break that goal line and possibly take a lead if they go for two like they did last time. Manzitto coming to the line. Two wide receivers to the wide side. Single receiver and a tight end to the short side. Single back right behind quarterback Jackson Bowie. Motioning across to a trips. They're going to drop back and pass. And it looks like Bowie wants to run, and he does find some green. Missed tackle by Union Bank. Finally brought down at the Union Bank 16-yard line. Good little pickup for Jackson Bowie. We get another timeout. Manzitto trying to get another score in before the half to equalize or possibly take the lead going into the second half. Union Bank will start with the ball in the second half. So it's important that Manzitto here gets a score to carry some of that momentum. Both teams now approaching the ball. Manzitto looks like we'll have two wide receivers each side and a tight end on the left, empty backfield. So it's likely a passing situation here, motioning across and coming back. Pass. And an interception dropped. But a good pass breakup there for Union Bank. So we'll have third down and 5 from the 17-yard line. Two receivers and a tight end on the short side. Two receivers to the wide side. Single quarterback in the backfield. Motioning there and back. And we will have that is offsides on the Manzitto offense. Oh, no. Encroachment on that UBT defense. A costly penalty for them. It will now make it first down and 10 from the UBT 12-yard line. Two seconds getting put back on the clock. 22 seconds left in this half. 12 yards to go for a touchdown. Empty backfield. Motioning across is Garrett's. Coming back across and dropping back to pass. And a beautiful pass by number 7, Jackson Bowie, to number 86, Paul Hart, who's showing himself as a dominant receiver here early in this game. Just a little fade route from Paul Hart to secure a touchdown for Manzitto. We'll see if they go for two or decide to kick the PAT. It does look like they're going to go for two and try to take this lead going into the half. 17 seconds left to go. Empty backfield again, tight end to the right, two receivers each side. Motion across is Garrett's. Snap is away. Ball's thrown, and it is intercepted by Union Bank. So that 2-point conversion try is no good. So UBT will remain in the lead by 1. The score of UBT 13, Manzitto 12. So a great drive by Manzitto to nearly close out the half. We would expect here UBT to just receive the kickoff and take a knee to go into halftime. But some momentum now for that Manzitto team. Number 50, Bo Epp, set to kick off for Manzitto. One deep for Union Bank. Set to kick, and a short kick to the right side. Recovered by number 14, Kevin Richardson, who takes it now to the right and gets it to about the Union Bank 43-yard line with about 7 seconds remaining on the clock. Union Bank coming up to the line. One wide receiver each side. Tight end on the left. I formation behind. And a pass. Rolling out. And a deep ball thrown, and it is broken up by number 22, Jake Garrett's now making an impact on defense. And that will be your halftime. Halftime score of Union Bank 13, Manzitto 12. An exciting game so far here in the A Championship at Seacrest Field, home of LPS Athletics. So the teams will get a 10-minute halftime to go over what adjustments need to be made going into the second half. Obviously, if you're both teams, you're seeing how dominant your run game has been so far, with Cameron Rakowski of Union Bank and Jake Garretts and Braden Erickson of Manzitto having great first halves running the ball and receiving the ball if you are Cameron Rakowski. Another standout player is Paul Hart, making 2 great grabs there on that last Manzitto drive, going through contact. Really impressive what these players are doing at such a young age. Still fairly chilly here in Lincoln. Only risen 1 degree since the beginning of the game. Now at 29 degrees. There also is some possible snow here in the next hour or so. So we'll see if the players can brave the weather. You can see on that Manzitto sideline some large coats trying to keep players warm. Some fun games going on today in the NFL. The Panthers are still seeking their first win of the season against the Texans. That'll be at noon. The Eagles are looking to continue their dominant drive this season with a 6-1 record. They'll be taking on the Washington Commanders. In NCAA football news, a big upset yesterday by the Kansas Jayhawks against number 6 undefeated Oklahoma, defeating them 38-33. That is a big one in the Big 12 race as well as the college football playoff race. Additionally, number 8 Oregon took charge against number 13 Utah, 35-6. And Louisville, number 18 in the nation, took on number 20 Duke and took hold of that game 23-0. A close game in California between number 24 USC and California, with USC holding out 50-49. Another upset happened in the NCAA yesterday, with unranked Georgia Tech defeating number 17 North Carolina, and unranked Arizona defeating number 11 Oregon State 27-24. That puts Oregon State out of playoff contention most likely. In high school football news, first round of the playoffs was held on Friday. Omaha Westside defeated Creighton Prep 54-6. Number 2 Millard South defeated number 15 Lincoln North Star 38-0. Number 3 Elkhorn South defeated number 14 Papillion La Vista South. Elkhorn with the winning score of 42-8. Kearney was defeated in an upset by the 5-4 Grand Island 29-19. Millard West handled in-city opponent Millard North, 49-14. Lincoln Southeast was upset by number 11 Lincoln East here on Friday, 24-17. Great game. Number 7 Gretna was also defeated by Omaha North, the 10 seed, 35-34 in double overtime. An exciting game to watch for sure. And Bellevue West, the 9 seed, defeated Papillion La Vista, the 8 seed, 48-34. So your matchups this upcoming Friday will be Omaha Westside against Bellevue West, Millard West against Grand Island, Elkhorn South against Lincoln East, and Omaha North against Millard South. So one Lincoln team remaining in Class A football playoffs. In Class B, number 1 Bennington took care of number 16 Crete, 65-7. Waverly also took care of their opponent Ralston, 42-0. Omaha Skutt defeated Gross Catholic, the 14 seed, 42-14. York upset by number 13 Scotts Bluff, 14-0. A big win for Scotts Bluff, who has had a down year this year, only going 5-4 in the regular season. Elkhorn North took care of Elkhorn High, 31-21. Plattsmouth was upset by number 11 Blair, 21-14. Seward was also upset by their opponent, number 10 Hastings, 35-6. And Norris took care of number 8 Northwest, 50-14. So in Class B, your matchups for this Friday are Bennington against Norris, Elkhorn North against Scotts Bluff, Omaha Skutt versus Blair, and Hastings versus Waverly. Some exciting games to be watching on Friday night. It's crazy to believe that the high school and youth football seasons are about over. These players, some of them have started in July or earlier, prepping for this season, doing strength and conditioning training, reviewing footages from last year, and intensive camps at various schools. And they all should be very proud of the work that they have put in to get here today at Seacrest Field, A-Team Championships for Lincoln Youth Football. We are getting reports of flurries elsewhere in the city. It does not appear to have any precipitation here today at Seacrest Field. We can see over on the opposite sideline that there is a space heater for the event that there is some snow or cold precipitation for those players. Both teams coming out now of their locker rooms to warm up. Still about a minute and a half left before we kick off the second half. Union Bank should be receiving in the north end zone this half. Yes, we are getting confirmation from the officials that they are going to receive from the north end zone. So they will be going with the wind to start the second half. We can expect more production from running back Cameron Rakowski, who has had himself quite the game to begin. Must be well over 100 yards by now in total offense for Cameron Rakowski. With the wind, Union Bank might be looking to pass the ball more, maybe take some shots deep to try to get past this Manzitto offense, or this Manzitto defense. Looks like the officials here are ready to start the second half. Under your score is Union Bank 13, Manzitto 12. So a thriller here nonetheless. Five on each side of the ball for Manzitto. Number 50, Bo Epp, getting ready to kick off for Manzitto. Three back for Union Bank to receive about the 25-23 yard line. Expecting something short here. Squib up the middle for Union Bank. And a decent return to about the 43-yard line. So the Union Bank will take over at their own 43-yard line. A great start for the Hawks. Union Bank will start off with one wide receiver each side and a tight end to the right. Under center, I formation in the backfield. Number 2, Thatcher Shelton takes a snap and hands it off. Number 7, Cameron Rakowski, who bounces it outside to about the 48-yard line, crossing that midfield line. So we'll have second down and about 2 for the Union Bank Hawks. As talked about earlier, we can expect more production from Cameron Rakowski, who's having himself an excellent game thus far. Again, I formation, single receivers each side, tight end to the right. Shelton takes a snap, hands it off up the middle. A great pickup for a first down. That was appears number 10, Riker Tomlinson. Good pickup for the running back. Again, one wide receiver each side, tight end on the right. I formation under center. Manzitto looking to bring some pressure. We're going to run up the middle. With Rakowski again, running outside now. Up the sideline. And steps out of bounds. Appears to be at about the 25-yard line. 25-yard line of Manzitto. So a big play for the Hawks there, getting them deeper into Manzitto territory. If you're Union Bank, this is exactly what you want to be doing now. Getting rid of any momentum that Manzitto might have had going into the half. One wide receiver each side, tight end to the right. I formation under center. Shelton getting the snap. Ball snapped, handed off to number 10, Riker Tomlinson. That'll be a gain of about 3. So a decent pickup for number 10, Riker Tomlinson. on first down, setting up second down and 7. If you're the Manzitto coaches, you have to be asking yourself, how can you mitigate the effect of these running backs? Who seem to be finding their ways through the holes. One wide receiver each side and a pass. But the Manzitto defense hot on the tail. But a pass to number 4, Alex Dawes, is complete. Great job by quarterback Thatcher Shelton for staying calm under pressure and finding his man, Alex Dawes, for the completion and the first down. So it'll be first down and 10 from the Manzitto 14-yard line. Union Bank Hawks continuing to drive on this Manzitto defense. I formation, single receiver each side, tight end on the right. And a handoff to Riker Erickson for another touchdown. His third of the day, but there is a penalty on the field. We'll see what we have here. Most likely a hold from that Union Bank team. Yes, that is a hold. If I heard that correctly, that was number 8, Cole Shebick. So that'll set Union Bank back to the 21-yard line for a first down and 17. What was a score was taken back with a holding penalty. Single receiver each side, motion across is Alex Dawes. And a reverse to the tight end, number 80, Carson Fritton. Bounces outside and back in for a gain of about 3. Yeah, we have a man down for Union Bank. Nothing you want to see on anyone, especially at a youth football game. With the cold temperatures, that does lead to possibly more injuries for the players. Some muscle tightness. And hits feeling more powerful than they might actually be due to cold sensitivity. Trainers and coaches coming out onto the field to check on the player. Player being helped off the field by coaches and training staff. Appears to be number 80, Carson Fritton, who took that reverse. Hope that young man can find himself back onto the field here today during the A Championship game at Seacrest Field. Union Bank will take over second down and 14 from the 18-yard line. Single receiver each side, tight end on the right. And a sweep to number 7, Cameron Rakowski, where he is brought out of bounds at about the 10-yard line. So that'll bring up third down and about 5 for the Union Bank Hawks. If you're the Manzitto defense, you're needing a stop here. Trying to get a turnover. Single receiver each side, tight into the right, I formation under center. Shelton takes the snap. And it's a dive again to Rakowski. But he is brought down by a horde of Manzitto football players, including number 30, Hayden Bemmer, leading the charge for that Manzitto defense. So it'll be 4th down and 7 for the Hawks. Coach is talking it over. The Hawks do have the wind, so it would not be unreasonable to kick a field goal here. But of course, a touchdown would be much more desired. It looks like that they are going to take a timeout to discuss things further, run out some of this clock. Nebraska will be taking on Michigan State next week. Nebraska is close to securing a bowl game for the first time in what seems too long. Nebraska will be taking on Michigan State at 11 a.m. A big game for the Cornhuskers. The last time that Nebraska played in a bowl game was 2016. Back here at Seacrest Field, we have one wide receiver each side. Shelton takes a snap, looks to throw. It's a good ball. That is intercepted by the Manzitto defense. A great play by that Manzitto defense to get a turnover. Manzitto now is looking to capitalize on this turnover and go 80 yards down the field to take the lead in this A-Team Championship. Two wide receivers to the short side and a tight end. Manzitto is going to take a timeout here. Not liking what they see out there. So with 2 minutes and 44 seconds left in the third quarter, Union Bank still holds on to a lead, 13-12. But Manzitto with a big turnover on 4th down in their own red zone. Manzitto is coming back up to the ball. It looks like they're going to have two receivers to the far side with a tight end. With a tight end to the left, to the near side, with Jake Gertz as a single receiver that side. Number 13, Braden Erickson is in the backfield. Motion. Hand off to Erickson, who finds a seam. And he continues to run downfield and is finally brought down by Union Bank at the 50-yard line. So a big pickup there by Erickson. A big play for that Manzitto offense. Union Bank needs to find a response and find it quick. Two receivers to the left with a tight end, single receiver. They're ready for Carson Delkamp, goes in motion and takes the handoff up the middle. He's stuffed by that Union Bank defense. Forward progress gets Carson about 1 yard. Great play by that Union Bank defense, led by number 1, Grady Vernon. And number 63, Trace Hamill. Manzitto, two wide receivers to the short side. Receiver and tight end to the wide side. Carson goes in motion. Dive up the middle to Braden Erickson, who finds his way for a gain of about 5. This will bring up third down and 5. At the Union Bank 45-yard line. If you're Manzitto, you need to get a first down here. With about a minute left in the third quarter. Motioning across. And a jet sweep cut up. And that was Jake Garrett, who's going to be just short of a first down. Short of it by about a yard and a half. So that'll bring up fourth down and about 2 from the 42-yard line. Union Bank needs a stop here. About 20 seconds left here in the quarter. So Manzitto will need to run a play before the quarter ends, it appears. Two receivers to the left. A tight end and a receiver to the right. It appears we're going to have a delay of game. Yes, delay of game on Manzitto. So that'll bring them back. That'll bring them back with 3 seconds left in the quarter. Union Bank with a little bit more room here now to make a stop. 3 seconds left on the clock for Manzitto in the third quarter. Two backs in the backfield. Looks like possibly a pooch punt here coming for Manzitto. A little pooch punt off to the right. Takes a Union Bank bounce. It will be down at about the 27-yard line. And that'll be the end of the third quarter here at Seacrest Field. Your score, Union Bank 13, Manzitto 12. If you're Union Bank here, you're looking for a slow drive with taking all 3 or 4 downs to run out some of this clock and eventually score. If you're Manzitto, you're looking to rip the football from the Union Bank Hawks. Looking to get a quick turnover before going on a drive. Union Bank still at that 1-point lead. We only have 8 minutes left in the A-Team Football Championships for Lincoln Youth Football. There is a healthy crowd here on these bleachers underneath the booth, braving the cold weather. Hope those of you tuning in from home or not joining us in person but joining us online are staying warm. So Union Bank will start their drive here in the quarter at their own 28-yard line. 1st and 10. 2 tight ends, I formation. Shelton takes a snap, gives it off to Cameron Rakowski, who gets a decent gain, a short gain of 2 yards. It looked like Manzitto had thought they had stripped the ball from Rakowski. But Rakowski manages to hold on to the football. Union Bank hustling back up to the line. 2 tight ends. 1 tight end. Pro formation. I under center. Rakowski with the give again. And a big run by Rakowski here. Stiff arms. Manzitto defender, and it continues to run. Big pickup for Cameron Rakowski, who is showing why he deserved to be in the A-Team Championship here at Seacrest. A big gain of about 40 to 50 yards. So it'll be 1st down and 10 for Union Bank, now deep in Manzitto territory. They'll start this series at the Manzitto 17-yard line. I formation. 1 wide receiver each side, tight end to the right. Shelton under center, motioning across. Dive to Rakowski up the middle for a short gain of about 3. The Manzitto defense here needs to get a stop. They cannot afford to let the Union Bank turn this into a 2-score game. If Union Bank opts to kick a PAT after a score, that'll keep it within 1 score, but going for 2 would put this game into a 2-score game. I formation, single receiver each side, and another dive to Rakowski. And another short gain of about 2 to 3. So that'll bring up 3rd down for the Union Bank Hawks. The clock winding down, about 5.5 minutes to go now. The ball is going to be spotted at the 13-yard line. So that'll bring up 3rd down and 6 for the Hawks. Shelton making his way to the sideline to get the play from the coach. Lincoln Youth Football would like to thank all of the coaches who have volunteered their time for these young football players. Union Bank here is going to take a time out to talk things over. So with 5 minutes and 11 seconds remaining in this ball game, Union Bank is still up 13-12. Union Bank would like to get 1 more score in at least to create some separation between them and Manzitto. And obviously Manzitto would like to prevent a score here. It appears that Manzitto is wearing jackets from Pius X High School just up the street. Pius X is where Jake Markowski of Manzitto's older sister, Alexis Markowski, went to high school. She is now on the preseason All Big Ten list after having stellar first and second years with the Cornhuskers. Union Bank coming up to the line. I formation, single receiver each side, tight end to the right, drops back to pass. A bubble to number 14. Number 14, Kevin Richardson, is incomplete. So that'll bring up a big fourth down for Union Bank. So a big fourth down coming up here for Union Bank and Manzitto. Manzitto needs to get a stop here and begin their drive with only 5 minutes left to go in the ball game. Single receiver each side for Union Bank, tight into the left. I formation under center. Shelton takes the snap. Drops back to pass. Rolls out to his left. Richardson gets past his defense, but just overthrown. Number 4, Alex Dawes. So Manzitto will take over on downs. A big play for Manzitto. If you are Union Bank, you're asking yourself, why pass on fourth down? With Cameron Rakowski having such a dominant game. But Manzitto will take over on downs. A tight formation. Tight on each side. Motioning across. And a give to number 13, Braden Erickson, who's tackled just beyond the line of scrimmage by that Union Bank defense. If you're the Union Bank coaches, you have to be proud of the group tackling that has been happening from this Union Bank defense. Another tight formation. Tight on each side, wide receiver on the left, split backs in the shotgun, motioning across as the receiver. Back to pass. Ball intended for number 88, Jake Markowski. No flag on the play. The Manzitto fans are not happy about that one. They're wanting a penalty for a pass interference. The ref saying fair game. That was fair play. So that'll bring up a big 3rd down and 8 from the Manzitto 15-yard line. Four minutes and 13 seconds left remaining in this ball game. Spread formation, tight on the right, motioning and across. Now back in the backfield. Play action pass. A deep ball thrown to Paul Hart. And it is incomplete. The Manzitto sideline wanting a pass interference. Manzitto now looking to punt. A little pooch pit kick. A good kick from the Manzitto punter. So Union Bank will take over with 3 minutes and 54 seconds down at their own 33-yard line. Great punt there by Alex Longoria. Yes, number 3, Alex Longoria of Manzitto with a great pooch punt They ended up dribbling down to the 33-yard line of Union Bank. Manzitto still with 2 timeouts left. Union Bank with 1. As Union Bank begins their drive, single receiver each side. Tied into the right, I formation under center. Shelton takes the snap, hands it off to Cameron Rakowski, who fights his way forward for a gain of about 2. A gain of 2. So it'll be 2nd down and 8 from the 35-yard line. Time winding down on the clock. 3 minutes, just under 3.5 minutes to go. Union Bank is going to take their time each play. I formation, single receiver each side. Tight end on the right. Shelton the under center. Takes a snap. And they give to Cameron Rakowski, who's stuffed at the line by number 64, Wyatt Dyer. A big play for this Manzitto defense to bring up a big 3rd down and 8 from the 35-yard line. Union Bank needs to get something going here. Provide themselves a little comfort before giving the ball back to Manzitto. A crucial 3rd down here for Manzitto. If you're this Manzitto defense, you need to get a stop to have any hopes of beginning your drive in good territory. I formation, single receiver each side, tight end to the left. Ball snapped. And a rollout with Shelton, who's trying to evade this Manzitto, and a big hit by number 64, Wyatt Dyer. So that'll bring up 4th down for Union Bank. Union Bank here looking to punt. A big punt here by Jake Garrett. Makes his way to the 46-yard line. So with 1 minute and 37 seconds left here, a big drive coming up for Manzitto. They'll start the drive. The right hash, the 46-yard line. 54 yards to go. 1 minute and 37 seconds left. We can expect probably some passes to number 86, Paul Hart here. He's lined up in a slot on the left side. Shotgun. Ball snapped. Looking right. And incomplete. Ball intended for number 3, Alex Longoria. So that'll bring up 2nd down and 10 from the 46-yard line. Union Bank hoping for a 3-and-out so they can kneel out this game. Manzitto hoping for a score. 2 receivers each side. 1 running back straight behind. That's Jake Garrett. Ball snapped. It's low. Pass number 88, Jake Markowski, who drives his way forward to the opposing 48-yard line. Manzitto needing to pick up the pace here. It's 3rd down and about 4. Just over a minute left on the clock. 2 receivers each side. 1 running back straight behind. Union Bank rushes 4. And just overthrown. A missed pick For number 4, Alex Dawes. But an incompletion nonetheless. That brings up 4th down and 4. Probably the most important play here for Manzitto. They need a 1st down to continue this drive. Union Bank with a big stop there on 3rd down. Manzitto is going to take a timeout. That is their 2nd of the half. Both teams with 1 timeout remaining. If Manzitto can get this 1st down, you can expect some hurry-up offense. Union Bank and Manzitto talking about their game plan for this next play in their huddles. For Union Bank, you're looking at providing the sticks, keeping everything in front. And if you're Manzitto, all you need is 4 yards. The question then does become, do you use the powerhouse running back duo of Brandon Erickson and Jake Garrett and run up the middle and risk the clock continuing to run? Or do you put the ball in the hands of quarterback Jackson Bowie and look for big tight end receivers Paul Hart and Jake Markowski? Manzitto's going to have an empty backfield. Motioning across, that is Jake Garrett back into the running back position. Drops back off to Markowski, where he's going to be close. I don't think that he is going to get it. A big stop by the Union Bank defense. Yes, officials confirm. 1st down, Union Bank. Big stop for that Union Bank defense. Markowski picked up a solid 3 yards, but it was not enough to get the 1st down. So we can expect Union Bank here to run the ball out. A great game to start us off on Championship Sunday. Union Bank is just going to kneel it out in the victory formation. What a game both of these teams have had. Cameron Rakowski with some big contributions on offense, carrying the football both in the run game and in the passing game. Union Bank is going to need to snap the ball one more time to close out this game. And Union Bank is going to become your A-team Lincoln Youth Football Champions. A big win for this football team. What a game. Union Bank coaches celebrating with their players. A phenomenal game with both teams. Both running backs from both teams dominating the game. Cameron Rakowski with most likely 150 to 200 yards of rushing during this game. Both teams came out early and put up quick scores. But then it was the Union Bank and Manzitto defenses that held them in these games. Phenomenal playing by both teams. Both teams should be very proud of the work they have put in today and the entire season and summer prior. This time we are going to have the presentation of the awards for A team. Again, your final score: Union Bank Hawks 13, Manzitto 12. both teams with a hard-fought battle. If you enjoyed that matchup, luckily for you, that is the same matchup that will be at the B team game here. That will be starting at 11:30 in about 18 minutes. So we will switch over to that live stream here very shortly. Thank you all for tuning in to Lincoln Youth Football Championship Sunday. That was the Union Bank Hawks defeating the Manzitto 13-12. At this time now, we are going to switch over to the B team broadcast. So if you would like to continue watching Lincoln Youth Football online, head to that live stream now. This has been A Team Championship Sunday. I'm Austin Reiki. Thank you for tuning in.